Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm here to talk about your new benefits being offered by Aflac. We're very happy to be a part of the Texas Orthopedics benefit selections this year. My name is Carrie Norton. I am a district sales coordinator with Aflac and your personal agent. So I want to walk you through the different plans that we have and how these work in conjunction with your major medical. So most of you probably know that with your major medical, those plans are designed to pay the doctors in the hospital, and those are important features. But not everything will pay what you need when you have a medical condition or an accident. So there's always a lot of out-of-pocket expenses. And so we're here to kind of help eliminate as much of that as possible. So Aflac plans, if you've had them before, you know that one, our rates never go up. They always remain the same. They are portable, so if you ever change careers or you move away, you can certainly take them with you at the same cost as long as the company continues to offer it. And of course, one of my favorite aspects of Aflac is that regardless of the amount of money we pay you, it is completely tax-free. That is definitely a big deal. So a little bit about on how the Aflac plans work versus what you're currently doing is that with your medical plans, you get a lot of preventives free, and I'm going to bring that up a couple times in this meeting because I think it's very important to keep that in mind. It's very important to go get your preventives, and which is why most medical companies make them free. We also offer several plans that offer health screenings. So in regards to you're getting free preventives on your medical, we're basically paying you to go get your free checkup. So I'm going to show you where that comes into play as we go through this. So we have 3 plans that we're offering. One of them is our accident plan. This is our most popular plan in the nation, and I'm sure it'll be the most popular plan here also. It is a 24-hour injury plan, any type of injury. So a few things to take in consideration on an injury is that it could be something very minor. It could be something as simple as eating and breaking a tooth, working out at the gym and pulling a muscle, poison ivy, heat stroke, but it could also be lacerations, dislocations, fractures, and burns. So any type of injury that takes place that causes you to go seek medical attention, this plan will start paying from your very first visit until you complete all of your follow-up visits. So it pays you minimum of $75 to $200 depending on where you go to have your first visit. That could be a doctor's office, an urgent care facility, or a hospital. It also has hospitalization built in for the injury. Say you break your leg and you're in the hospital, they're going to pay you $900 plus $250 a day. It also has money built in for surgery, follow-up treatments, physical therapy. Pretty much any type of process you go through, there's money built in. And of course, this one too also has a wellness. So in the accident plan, there is a $50 wellness per person that you cover. This means if you're covering a family of 4, you get $200 back each year. This money is for you to spend any way you like. We don't care how you spend it. We don't care that your medical doesn't care how you spend it. It's just yours to use the way you like. So, sorry I didn't show you this. So here's your accident plan. You should have got an email from your corporate office sending you all the brochures on the different plans I'm covering, along with the application, your price sheet, and also a waiver. If you choose not to add any of these wonderful benefits, you can choose to waive them for a complete year, and I will touch on that at the end of this video. So this is your accident plan. Again, you can cover yourself, a spouse, significant other, and any number of children that you have. This plan is very inexpensive. This simply runs you a whole $6.85 a pay period. If you're covering just yourself, you can cover an entire family for $19.73. That is an excellent price, and I think you'll be thrilled with that plan. Moving on to our next plan, this is the hospital plan. This is any reason that you go into the hospital, a sickness or injury. There is no pre-existing exclusions on this. So if you, for instance, are already pregnant and you know you're going to be due soon after January 1st, you can put this plan in place and it will pay. It pays $1,000 on confinement and $150 a day. So please consider taking this plan out. Now, one of the great things about Aflac is that we do not coordinate benefits with your major medical, which I mentioned earlier, but we also don't coordinate them amongst ourselves, meaning if you have, let's say, an accident plan and a hospital plan, and you end up in the hospital due to an injury, they will both pay. So Aflac will pay overlapping coverage. Now, moving on to our final plan, this is our intensive care plan. This is your critical illness and cancer plan. This will pay you towards things such as heart attack, stroke, kidney failure, major human organ transplant, and of course also for cancer, any type of internal cancer. You get to choose what type of coverage you get because it's guaranteed issue and it pays a flat lump sum, meaning if you get diagnosed with anything, we're just going to pay you a flat rate with no treatment benefits built in. You can choose up to $20,000 to cover yourself. Your kids will automatically be covered for free at $10,000, and your spouse, if you choose to cover, also qualifies for half of what you select. So I want to cover this because when it comes to things such as heart attack and stroke and kidney failure, these are things you want to look at your background in your family and your bloodlines, because that's the type of diseases that typically will travel through the bloodlines. But when it comes to cancer, unfortunately, though it can travel, truly it is just anybody can be struck with cancer at any point. We see it all the time, and it's sad, but it definitely is true. So you want to make sure you protect yourself and your family. Also, when it comes to doing the Aflac benefits, when it comes to our cancer plan, the little ducks, I know everybody would like one, so we are going to give these little ducks out when you turn in your application. Now, these little ducks are really precious, and I know everybody likes them, but here's the thing I like to share about the ducks. Aflac doesn't send us a bucket of ducks to give out to you guys just to share the little Aflac love. But what we do is purchase these ducks for you. So the reason I share that is not to brag, well, kinda, because what I'm bragging about is that on the tag, all the proceeds from the ducks go to benefit the Children's Cancer and Blood Disorders Center that's in Atlanta. It's the largest children's cancer center in the U.S., and Aflac owns that hospital. So it is a very big deal, which is why they always make the children free on the cancer plan. So keep that in mind when you collect your little ducks. So in your packet that you receive from corporate, you also receive your price sheet. Your price sheet will point out the pricing, like I said, for the accident plan, also that you have a wellness. The hospital plan, you can get that for just a mere $11.22, or you can cover the entire family for $27.46. When it comes to your cancer plan and critical illness, you will please note that you can select you, the employee, first based on if you're a smoker or not, and then of course you select your spouse based on whatever level you do. At the bottom you'll find my name, my cell phone number, and an email address. Please feel free to reach out to me for any questions you may have. Better yet, if you're able to attend our meetings, please show up. We'll be doing a live version of this. I will go into a little more detail to help you with any information, and we can go through that. Finally, in your packet, you also have your application and then the waiver form. If you choose to waive your benefits for an entire year, you will need to fill this out. You simply fill in your name, your last 4 years social, in case there's people with similar names, and of course sign and date. Make sure you scan and email both myself and your corporate HR when you turn these in. When it comes to your application, please see that I have highlighted every area that you need to fill out. I do want to point out one thing over here in the far left. It asks for your date of birth. In your date of birth, it's a very small box. Feel free to write it just above if you need to. Also, make sure everything is very legible. You will need to add your kids here if you're covering them. Also, beneficiaries you get to choose. Down at the bottom of the first page is the accident plan. Make sure you select who you want to cover. At the top of the next page is the critical illness plan, where it says face amount. This is where you'll put either 10 or 20,000 based on what you're covering. And then over here is the pricing. You do not excuse me, have to answer any of the questions. I have redlined them. Down here is the hospital plan. Again, you select who you'd like to cover, and you do not have to answer any questions there. On the last page, you will see that at the very bottom, you will need to sign your name and date. Again, please scan these, get these back to your to me and your corporate office so that we can get them processed. If you would like to be able to get one of your little ducks, make sure that either you show up to the meeting or you send your applications with somebody, or if you email me, let me know who will attend the meeting and I will send your duck back with you. Thank you for your time today. Have a great day.